Welcome back. This is part 2 of our very special program with our customer-led, team-enabled approach to account-based marketing with our guests, Dominique Cote and Kate Burda. Let's pick up our discussion. We got a lot of ground covered in the last episode, but why should we be thinking about this and bringing this conversation forward with account-based marketing and putting the customer first and getting our teams together? I think I understand why, because I think you get a more cohesive team and you get better results. But I know it's got to be much more than that. So who wants to start?
I think it's a full hour discussion we could have on this, Greg, but let me start. I think right now, as we see our world is accelerating, there is so much data, so much complexity, so much information. And I think our big organization and are really are, first of all, integrating more and more. And it's time that we bring both marketing and sales, as we mentioned, together to really be able to personalize a little bit more what we do, how we can bring value and partner in a different way. Again, we've heard about customer centricity for a long time. It's not a new terminology, but how to put that into action is a different story. And really focusing on that outside in mindset and being able to bring really the customer journey, the customer really needs internally to see what can we bring beyond our product and services and look at account-based marketing providing that value creation for what the customer needs is critical. And that's the need right now.
And speaking of need, I mean, this isn't just for a Fortune 500 company or, a Ford Motor Company or somebody else. This is for everybody, the small entrepreneur, the mid-cap company, the large publicly held company as well. So you've got services and disciplines to make this happen and integrate all this with any company, no matter what the size is. That's the take that I've got.
No, you're spot on. Some of our clients, we've got somebody who has gone through this program who was a wine distributor and building out their business, and then we work with large multinational firms. Here's what we know is the methodology works. The approach works. It can be for 2, 10, or 200 because it's about the customer. And so I think that's what makes it scalable. If we were talking about product, which is already proven to be kind of not the most effective path, then that could be a different story. But because it's focused around the customer, we're able to scale it from not only size, but verticals from life sciences to hospitality and tourism to consumer product goods.
My favorite subject right there is hospitality. I didn't mean to cut you off, Dominique, before you said something, but I had to get that in. And Dominique, please continue the conversation.
No, I think to what Kate was saying, it's that customer perception, that customer focus is independent on the size of the company. And any company, unfortunately, even at the smaller size, we're always excited to go with what we have, what we call the us bus, talk about us and focus on what we can bring because it's exciting. Right. And really that approach is bringing marketing to that outside in and being able to say, okay, let's suspend a bit what we have to offer, really deep dive into understanding and bring to them what they need. And it's independent on the size of the team, of the company, or in the end of the industry, as Kate was saying, but it does require alignment throughout the organization. It's not only about marketing, it's not only about sales, it's about commercial, it's about leadership being all in that same mindset. It is a cultural shift and a mindset shift.
I agree. So big question, why now? So I think I know, but I really want to hear both of your answers as to why now. So, Kate, why don't you start out, and then Dominique can follow up on that.
Absolutely. So here, let me just give you some pure numbers. In companies that use account-based marketing in the right way, they've seen, and I'm not kidding you with this number, 208% growth in revenue and better returns because of what they're doing. We also have seen where visitors to websites are 75% of them are really frustrated with information or content that's irrelevant. Ipsilon did a great study of customers that they're 80% more likely to buy if customers engage with them in personalized experiences. And the last statistic, just to kind of reinforce this, is 77% of buyers want information and content for each stage that they are going through in the customer buying journey. So what what this says is we have to have a better way of communicating with our most valuable customers at the time that they need information to that targeted group.
I love it. And Dominique, let's hear from you on the same question. Why now?
I think Kate did a great job there. So just to build on this, I would say we live in a world, our world is being commoditized more and more. Like the speed at which everything we produce, create is being so quickly commoditized is increasing. Complexity is increasing. So it's not about what you have to offer anymore. It's about how you're offering it and how you can bring everything that you have to be relevant to your customer. So that connection that we are engaging right now is really critical. Other studies are showing that customers really wants to have business people that care about them, that care about what they're trying to achieve. And to achieve that, we need to have both commercial, sales, and marketing at the table to be able to do that. So it's about the acceleration of information, complexity, and commoditization that is creating that urgency right now to really differentiate yourself and have that outside-in, customer-centric approach and bring marketing to really optimize it and accelerate the journey.
Okay, now that's got my creative juices flowing. I want to figure out, what is some of your process? What is your due diligence? I mean, obviously you've got, ABC client hiring you, and then their customer is XYZ. So I'm imagining that you are doing a ton of due diligence on ABC, what they do, who they are, how long they've been in business, various other things that you can help with them to get their story tailored for XYZ customer. And who is their customer? Could you guys pontificate on that a bit and let us know what some of your secret sauce is with that?
Well, I think that the second part of your question is really that key element, is who is their customer? Because so often what we see is marketing coming out talking about their stuff or their offering or their services, which really has nothing to do with the customer. And they're hoping that this menu of services, here's all the stuff that we do. They're hoping that menu of services or what they do relates to what the customer is looking for. And so a lot of our work starts with, who is your customer? What are their segments? So going back to the wine distributor, one of her core customers was the suburban mother, and who really understanding what is it that she in this situation was really wanting, or what's happening from that point of inspiration to the point of sale. So we segment the business. We get the teams to take off their shoes and put on their shoes of this core customer and really understand them separate from all of the offerings and services we have, and map out this customer journey. In this case, what this company did is they said, hey, listen, if we're going after the wine distributor, or we're going after the suburban mother, let's figure out how many times a year they're buying wine for specific events, and create a calendar for them, so they're able to curate wine for the special experiences, be it Thanksgiving or Easter or Christmas or what it is, rather than just being at this panic sale at a big wine distributor. So it's really taking a look at who is your customer, what is their life like, mapping that out, and then taking a look at what do we have to enable that and help them along that journey.
I think it's fascinating. And Dominique, I'd like to hear a little bit more from you on the B2B side. The average consumer, whether it's a winery or something else, a clothing manufacturer, whatever, that's going to the general consumer. But let's touch a little bit on that B2B, going business to business, and knowing what that account is like and what you're doing with them as well, please.
Yeah, and it's similar. The approach is similar, as Kate was saying, and the approach is similar, independent on the industry or independent on the size. And what we try to build on what Kate was saying is that it's really having marketing at the table, first of all, because commercial is often right now leading these, and it's about having marketing. And instead of thinking about what they have and how to go to market with it, it's putting them in the shoes of the customer and understanding that customer buying journey, but also getting the insight from the commercial on the customer 360, and then looking at, again, how can they bring value to that? I would say bringing that a few opportunity they can work on, and a portfolio of opportunity, and asking themselves, there's a research that was done by Bain and Co. that looked at, if you ask a customer, are you bringing, or a supplier, are you bringing value to your customer? 80% will say yes, I'm confident and I'm bringing value to my client. And I think it's really genuine that we want to bring value. If you ask these customers the same thing, 8% of them do recognize the value that is being brought to them. Again, to Kate's point, why? Because they come with what they have. They come with what they want to offer. They're proud of it, but it's not fit and it's not matching the customer needs and expectation, timing, and everything else. So really, we try to use, we have playbooks, we have a methodology and frameworks to help them look at, do we know or do we think we know? And validating, really deep diving into that customer insight to really get to what we know, and validating with them. It's interesting how much we work internally and we don't validate to the customer until we have something to propose. Build it with them. Have a business conversation ongoing.
Yes.
Does that answer?
I love that. That approach is, and I think it's sorely missed and needed all at the same time right now. Now I think a lot of corporations were heading down that road prior to the pandemic, but I think it showed a softer underbelly of issues within, again, a small company, a mid-cap, a publicly traded institutional grade company, and where you two can come in and help them to engage with their clients, and not having marketing and sales on either side of the table, but on the same side of the table, and putting the customer first and working with them. So I'm Craig Sullivan, the moderator. I'm going to be saying goodbye, and the last question is to you guys: how can the audience get a hold of you? And thank you for inviting me to be part of your program.
Thank you so much, Craig.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we make it easy enough. Just Kate at kateburda.com.
And I'm Dominique at dcote@kasawi.com. Again, Kate and I come together because we're passionate about what we do. We love to help organizations with their roadmap, and really looking at the strategy of account-based marketing. And we partner with you because we've been in your shoes, and we partner with you and pivot to make this really a cultural and mindset shift for your own organization.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.